Oh, check out that bike. Holy...
Brad here with the Tombstone Riders. Well, you know it's going to be a good day when a buddy texts you on New Year's Eve and says, "Hey, grab your bike, let's ride to tacos." No planning, no overthinking. You grab the helmet, you fire up the Harley, and you go. Joe and I headed out towards Bisbee, dropped down to Douglas, and grabbed lunch at the El Chef restaurant. And if you haven't been there, you're really missing out. The weather was cool and overcast, and perfect riding weather. It turned out to be a great chance to try out the new Insta360 X5 camera and just let the miles roll by. As the road opened up on its way to Bisbee, my thoughts drifted, and I started reflecting on what an incredible riding year 2025 turned out to be. Including many local rides and rides all over Arizona. There were long distance trips as well, through New Mexico, Utah, and Nevada. We also made our 5th trip to the Sturgis Rally in South Dakota, a place that always reminds you why you fell in love with riding motorcycles in the first place. That reflection goes back a long way. I got my motorcycle license when I turned 16 and bought my first bike, a beat-up and highly unsafe 1981 Yamaha Maxim 550. That was 41 years ago and a lot of motorcycles ago, but I have never looked back. There was something about the freedom that only two wheels could offer that grabbed me at 16. And 41 years later, that same feeling hits the moment I swing my leg over the bike and roll down the road. What's changed over the years isn't the freedom, it's what the freedom means. Back then, riding was about speed, independence, and adventure. Today, it's also about calm in a world that's gotten really noisy. The world has changed a lot in those 41 years. We live in a 24-hour news cycle, smartphones, social media, constant notifications, and very few ways to truly disconnect. For me, the motorcycle is how I find quiet and disconnect. Now that may sound strange with the roar of the engine, the wind, and the world flying by, but there's a kind of quiet you only find on a motorcycle. There's a reason we call it wind therapy. When I was younger, I mostly rode alone, and there's something special about solo rides. A solo motorcycle ride gives you space for thought, for choice, and for calm. No group rules, no fixed pace, just you, the road, and the sound of your bike. Over the years, though, I found something just as meaningful. I met like-minded riders who became lifelong friends. Riding with others creates a bond that's hard to explain unless you've experienced it. There's a unity that happens on the road. A simple ride can turn into a lasting memory. The sound of several bikes moving as one can also feel powerful and safe. One of the most important things I've learned over the decades of riding is this: you really do meet the nicest people on motorcycles. I love solo rides and I love group rides, and each one offers something different and both matter. Of course, over the years I've heard the same question again and again. Isn't riding a motorcycle dangerous? Why do you do it? And I've learned something about that too. If you ride, you get it. If you don't, you probably think we're a little bit crazy. And honestly, that's okay. Riding a motorcycle is dangerous. There's no way around that truth. But here's something I've come to believe. The danger is also part of the benefit. We live in a cushy digital age. Most of life is experienced through screens, the shows we watch, the games we play, the social media we scroll, the stories we consume. We experience adventure secondhand. Very little in modern life forces us to be truly present. Very little brings us face to face with our own mortality. Motorcycles does. When you're on a bike, the filter comes off. You're not watching life, you're in it. Every limb matters. Your clutch, your shifter, your throttle, your brakes, your signals, and your head is on a swivel. Your body position matters, and there's no room for distraction because, hey, a patch of gravel, a car turning left, a split-second decision. Motorcycles demand your full attention, and that demand forces you to be alive. That's why it's so powerful. A motorcycle binds freedom and responsibility together in a way few things can. It teaches respect, awareness, presence, and courage. One day when I'm old and can't walk anymore, my motorcycle will sit in my garage like a trophy. Not of speed and horsepower, but of memories. I'll remember the people that I met, the friendships formed, the spirit we shared. I'll remember that I got wet, that I was cold, that I was hot, that I was scared, that I laughed out loud inside my helmet, that I've talked to myself 1,000 times. And sure, I've sung and yelled like a maniac. And yes, sometimes I've even cried. I've been places that take my breath away. I've made turns that fill me with fear. I've stopped 1,000 times just to look at the landscape. I've talked to perfect strangers, and I've forgotten people that I see every day. I've ridden out with demons and come home with absolute peace in my heart. And I can honestly say I cannot imagine life without motorcycles. Because it's not just a vehicle, it's not just iron on wheels, it's part of my soul. So when someone says, you should sell your motorcycle and do something less dangerous, I don't argue, I just smile. Because only a motorcycle rider would understand. A special thanks to Tom, Billy, Joe, Hummel, Dr. Mike, Sean, Randy, Daniel, Steve, Matt, Mike B, Lucia, Terry, Logan, my son Brandon, and anyone else who I had the pleasure of riding with in 2025. Thank you all. I enjoyed riding with you. Until next time, be safe, keep the rubber side down, and I'll see you out on the road.